Case Study 3, Teaching a C-Class Learner Driver Manoeuvring Skills in New South Wales. Overview. This case study follows Ella, a C-Class Learner Driver in New South Wales, who has developed a solid foundation in essential driving skills, including seat adjustment, mirror adjustment, seatbelt fitting, moving forward and stopping, curb departure and return, signalling, turning left and right, accelerating and braking. With these skills established, Ella is ready to learn specific manoeuvres required for real-world driving, such as reverse parking, angle parking, three-point turns and hill starts. Her instructor Ben aims to build Ella's confidence and precision in handling these tasks by breaking each manoeuvre down into clear, manageable steps. Learner profile. Name, Ella. Age, 19. Experience, mastered foundational driving skills and low-speed manoeuvres. Ready for advanced manoeuvring in varied parking scenarios and situations that involve precise control. Location, New South Wales, Australia. Ella has demonstrated confidence in controlling the vehicle and carrying out basic tasks independently. Her primary areas for growth include manoeuvring the car in tighter spaces, adjusting for parking angles, and mastering controlled starts on inclines. Ella's goals are to feel more comfortable performing parking tasks in public areas and to develop smoother, more confident handling of the car during a hill start. Trainer objectives. Ben's goals for Ella's lesson on manoeuvring are to 1. Equip her with the technique and confidence needed for a curbside stop and controlled hill start, focusing on brake and acceleration coordination. 2. Introduce her to three-point turns, emphasizing vehicle control and spatial awareness. 3. Teach her how to safely perform angle parking and exit from angled spaces. 4. Develop her ability to perform a reverse park with accuracy and confidence. Test requirements are as follows. On the driving test, Ella will be asked to do a number of manoeuvres that will be selected from the following: a curbside stop, a hill start, a three-point turn, parking, reverse parallel, 90-degree or 45-degree, front or rear to curb, type depending on local availability. During the manoeuvres, Ella will be assessed on her ability to position the vehicle legally, safely, and accurately. General parking requirements. The vehicle should be parallel and closer than 500 mm to the curb, however the wheels must not touch the curb. Ella must stay at least 1 metre away from other vehicles. The test requires Ella to be no more than 2 metres from other vehicles when she parks. Use effective steering. The test allows a maximum of 4 direction changes for all parking manoeuvres. Observation checks during manoeuvres. During manoeuvres, Ella must check for other vehicles, pedestrians, and possible hazards. Ella must turn her head and check her blind spot before she moves to the curb to commence the manoeuvre, leaves the curb to rejoin the traffic, steers. If during reversing, the front of her vehicle will swing into the lane. While reversing, Ella must check in the direction of travel. This includes checking the mirrors and through the rear and side windows. Ella may use reversing cameras and sensors to aid reversing. However, she must also check her mirrors and the area around her vehicle. If Ella's vehicle has a park assist device, this must be switched off for the reversing manoeuvres. Lesson outline. 1. Curbside stop, hill start technique. Location, slight incline in a quiet residential area. Duration, 15 minutes. For the curbside stop, Ella needs to indicate her intention to stop, check her blind spots, and stop parallel to the curb, closer than 500 mm, without mounting it. The handbrake should be engaged after stopping. For the hill start, Ben explains the technique for smoothly moving forward without rolling backward. Ben provides the following instructions for moving off from the curb. If the park brake is not applied, correctly apply it. 2. Check the center mirror, then the right mirror, then signal right for at least 5 seconds. 3. Push the clutch pedal down for manuals and right foot on foot brake for automatics. 4. Select first gear for manuals, select drive for automatics. 5. Apply appropriate power and for manuals clutch to friction point. 6. Check the centre mirror again, then the right mirror, then over the right shoulder, blind spot check, for traffic, from driveways, roads, opposite and U-turning traffic. 7. If safe, look forward, release the park brake. 8. Accelerate smoothly away from the curb without stalling or rolling back and cancel the signal. Ella practices several starts, and after some initial hesitation, she gains confidence in balancing the clutch and accelerator to prevent rollback. Ben praises her efforts and assures her that with continued practice, the hill start will become second nature. 2. 3-point turn practice. Location: quiet residential street with low traffic. Duration: 20 minutes. Ben introduces Ella to the 3-point turn, explaining how to use the road space effectively to turn the car around in a narrow area. He breaks down the steps. Select a safe and legal location to safely pull over to the curb. Mirror, centre, mirror, left, signal approximately 3 to 5 seconds. Perform these steps while the steering wheel is straight, then move over to the curb and park. Cancel your indicator. Do a 360 check. If safe to proceed, push the clutch pedal down for manuals, right foot on foot brake for automatics. Select first gear for manuals and select drive for automatics. If safe to proceed, check the centre mirror, then the right mirror, then signal right for at least 5 seconds. Then over your right shoulder, a blind spot check for traffic from driveways, roads opposite and U-turning traffic. Apply gentle acceleration and for manuals, clutch to friction point. Release the park brake. Accelerate gently away from the curb, turning the steering wheel fully to the right and move forward until reaching the opposite curb. Fast hands, but slow car. Stop close to the far side curb, but don't mount it. If you can counter steer back to the left just before you reach the far side curb, but some people prefer to do dry steering back to the left once stop. Do a 360 check. If any vehicles are coming up or down the road, give way to them. However, on a tight road, they may choose to wait for you to complete the manoeuvre and get out of the way. Checks must include looking to your left and right, as well as turning your head and looking out the back window. When safe to proceed, shift into reverse, turn the wheel fully to the left and reverse slowly to the original side of the road. Only reverse back as far as you need to. Keep scanning up and down the road. It's optional to indicate right. When safe to proceed, select first gear for manuals, select drive for automatics, and move forward, turning to the right to complete the turn. 3-point turn continued. Key points. Ben emphasizes the importance of mirror checks and blind spot observation at each stage of the turn, ensuring that Ella maintains awareness of her surroundings. During the 3-point turn, Ella must check left and right before traffic before each movement. Ella must turn the vehicle around using a maximum of 5 direction changes. If it is possible to complete the manoeuvre in 3 changes of direction, Ella will be expected to achieve this. However, a bigger vehicle may require 5 direction changes. Mounting the curb at any time during the test will result in a fail. Note: dry steering, that is, turning the steering wheel while the car is stationary, is allowed on this manoeuvre in the New South Wales driving test. However, dry steering can cause damage over time. It puts extra strain on the power steering system, tyres and suspension components, leading to premature wear and potential mechanical issues. Ella practices several 3-point turns, with Ben offering feedback on her control of the steering and checking for traffic before each segment of the manoeuvre. 3. Angle parking and exiting. Location: quiet car park with angled bays. Duration: 15 minutes. Ben explains the process for angle parking, discussing how to align the car with the bay and turn at the correct point to enter the space smoothly. He walks Ella through the steps of approaching the parking space at an angle that allows for a gradual controlled entry, positioning the vehicle to avoid crossing over into adjacent bays. Where possible, finish as close as practical to the angle required for that parking area and within any marked lines. After practicing entering the angle parking bays, Ben introduces the steps for safely exiting the parking space, emphasizing the importance of checking blind spots, signaling, and turning the steering wheel smoothly to avoid collisions with nearby vehicles. Ella finds the initial entry challenging as as she is accustomed to parking head-on, but with practice, she adjusts her approach, becoming more comfortable with the angle and making fewer adjustments. Reverse parking practice. Location, quiet streets with some parked cars. Duration, 20 minutes. Note, this manoeuvre is not compulsory on the driving test. During a reverse parallel park, Ella will be assessed on her ability to position the vehicle legally, safely, and accurately. The examiner will not ask Ella to reverse parallel park between two cars. It'll just be on one target vehicle. The location will be a quiet area. Ben begins by explaining the steps for reverse parking. Check the central mirror and the left mirror on the approach to the target vehicle and signal left on the approach for approximately 3 to 5 seconds. Ella must position the car so it's parallel to the target vehicle, ensuring that the distance between the car is no more than 1 meter. The starting position varies, but a common starting position is Ella's left mirror is in line with the target vehicle's right mirror. Do a 360 check before proceeding, and if safe, reverse until Ella herself is in line with the target vehicle's back tyre. Ella must conduct a right shoulder check as the nose of the car will swing out onto the road when she commences the manoeuvre, and turn the steering wheel full lock to the left and swing the vehicle out to a 45-degree angle and straighten the wheels. Reverse back until the back left tyre is approximately 50 centimetres from the curb, then turn the steering wheel full lock back to the right. Once parallel to the curb, straighten the wheels and move forward. Ella must make sure the vehicle is at least 1 metre from other vehicles. Secure the vehicle with the handbrake when completed. Ella must only reverse as far as she needs. If she reverses more than 7 metres back from the rear of the vehicle you are parked behind, she will fail. Ella must park using a maximum of 4 direction changes. Common errors include not performing required head checks, parking less than 500mm from the curb, touching the curb with the wheels of the car, being 1 to 2 metres away from other vehicles, reversing more than is required, not parking as close as practical to the required angle and within any marked lines, using more than a maximum of 4 direction changes, not signalling for at least 5 seconds before leaving the park position. Fail items include 1 or more wheels mounting the curb, the vehicle rolling back more than 500mm from the stationary position, the vehicle's final park position obstructing traffic, reversing more than 7 metres from the rear of the target vehicle. Ben gives Ella verbal prompts reminding her to keep the vehicle moving slowly while observing her surroundings. Ella practices several times, and with Ben's feedback, she grows more confident in her spatial judgment and use of the mirrors. 5. Post-lesson review and reflection. Location, stationary vehicle. Duration, 10 minutes. Ben reviews Ella's progress and reflects on each of the skills covered. He'll start. While challenging at first, Ella managed to control the car on the incline with Ben's guidance. 3-point turns. Ella was able to complete the turns while maintaining awareness of her surroundings, though she needs to build confidence in making quicker decisions in the sequence. Angle parking and exiting. She initially struggled with positioning but made notable progress in accuracy and with practice. Reverse parking. Ella improved significantly and felt more confident by the end of the session. Ben and Ella discussed goals for further practice, including additional hill start exercises and integrating parking maneuvers in busier areas to develop her situational awareness. Outcome. By the end of the lesson, Ella has gained a functional understanding of each new maneuver, as well as greater confidence in her ability to park and turn in constrained spaces. Ben's structured approach to each task and his constructive feedback helped Ella to improve her control, awareness and decision making, setting the stage for future independent practice. Conclusion. This case study illustrates how a C-Class driver trainer in New South Wales can effectively guide a learner driver from basic vehicle control to more complex manoeuvring skills. By focusing on reverse parking, angle parking, three-point turns, and hill starts, Ben provided Ella with practical skills that build her confidence and control in everyday driving situations. The detailed breakdown of each maneuver and Ben's supportive step-by-step instruction help Ella make a smooth transition to handling more advanced driving challenges.